Good morning, Mr. Smith. It's time to take your medicine. I lean in a little bit and say the same thing again. I'm not sure if he hears me. I'm not sure if he's there. It seems to me his mind is now far beyond repair. I take some time to wipe his brow and comb back his hair. His great green eyes have seen such sights, but now all they do is stare. I wonder if he's there. Can this be the end of life? It really isn't fair. He used to be a prison guard. Now his prison is his chair. So easy just to disregard and to look elsewhere, dreaming often of the past, but pleased to have you there. Feeling softer in your heart, that's how it feels to care. But nothing could prepare for the sight of a lady who's lost all her hair. Vision impaired, visibly scared, a decision on if she'll keep living is there. And she can't even share what's going on with her. The covers are on, but still she does shiver. Or the old man who now has a cancerous liver, and he's just turned 82. A family tree ripped at the roots, a hereditary disease, accepting the truth is what he must do. It's easy to say, but to do, well, what if it was you? It's hard to consider, isn't it? That's the end of your dinner, Mr. Smith. He's looking much thinner. This could be it. Unbutton his bib, he mutters a bit. A cough, a splutter, a dribble of spit. I tell him a fib. I say, Mr. Smith, you're looking a bit better today. Just mind how you sit. Have you been drinking plenty of fluids? Why do I do it? No reply every time, but still I pursue it. I play his favorite music. On his table I place a paper and pen, although he cannot use it. I wait till the end of the song. My shift is now done. I call, goodbye, Mr. Smith. My head is so full of why we exists. It excites till it hits. I cry just a bit. Is this defined as doing my bit? A gift in kind for the time that I sit? Or could I do more? I smile again as I close the door. Oh, my boy, if only you knew the comfort and joy you bring every single time you come in. I try with my eyes to smile or grin, but to be paralyzed is a terrible thing, and I'm frightened of it. I cry just a bit. But every day how I wait for your visit. You're always on time. As you open the blinds, you focus my mind, and oh, how you smile. You make me feel alive. It's true, there may not be much more time, but I do not mind. Inside my mind, you will find a brain that still works and quite a nice guy. I used to be shy. Now, there's a pain in my side, a bent out of shape spine. I've lost sight in one eye, but I am not blind, for I can still see all that you do for me. I'm incredibly happy. Although it may not seem, I still have hopes and dreams, and you must know that coming here and providing me with such dignity, although I've lost mobility, I am fulfilling these, because simply just existing can be enough to please. Peacefully drifting between memories is how I wish to leave. But briefly seeing you, it sets my mind at ease, allows me to accept the truth, and reminds me that I have lived a lengthy life and death will set me free. But please don't get me wrong. I'm in no rush to go. I'm just verbally, internally, wording pleas that you will never know. I'm simply trying to tell you to continue. You're a star, and I know you think you're lying, and we both know that you are. But when you say I'm looking good, it deeply hits my heart. You remember I like guitar. You play that album from the start, playing all the parts, no matter if it's past the time that you must depart. But my favorite part is when I see you put down that paper and pen. It is then I feel human again. If you didn't, I wouldn't. And that's the truth. So I thank you, my friend, for all that you do. Because by you being you, you allow me to be me. Time's getting on, it's 9:33, outside flat number 1, with a turn of the key. My next shift has begun. I hear, "You're early." I look up and I see Mr. Jones in his robes, he's 83. With an outreached arm we greet, he seems calm. The heat of his palm, the beat of his heart, repeatedly fast. The feelings he's feeling are easily masked, but I see the scars. Recently life has been frequently hard, secretly hiding in these walks to the park. At home, a wife who's dying as he falls apart. His hand leaves mine. It's getting dark. He says, "She's asleep in the next room. Let's make a start." He opens the door and inside he goes, steps on the floor, treads on the clothes, on dresses she wore to hundreds of shows and socks that are worn and dusty tuxedos. And there in her bed, tucked in, covered nose, peacefully sleeping is Mrs. Jones. But she isn't well. She's weak in the bones. Since that week on her own in that bleak nursing home, she weeps and she groans. A once proud lady, a mother of 2. It's so sad and so crazy, but what can I do? My gaze turns away, frustratingly moved, to a frame on the table, her, aged 2. From cradle to grave, there in plain view, patiently fading, she won't improve. Mr. Jones stands there waiting, he shuffles his shoes, as his eyes are fixated on the lover he once knew. It's now completely dark outside. We wash her all over, then we start to dry. I see Mr. Jones as he leans to his side. On his cheeks there secretes little peeks at his life. He's so unbelievably defeated by this question of why. Promised a life of dreams and a wife to be by his side, but perceive as you might, he seizes my sight and begins to smile. "Young man, we are all going to die, and these tears, though they fall, I do not cry. 60 years overall with her by my side, as a rose must grow tall, it must wither and dry, reminding us all that life is a cycle. But don't become all bitter and blind, riddled with strife. You'll forget you're alive. Some call it cruel, some call it life."